Hello everyone, my name is Leandro Diaz. I did my presentation on protection and security. Now I'm going to be talking a little bit about Linux, Microsoft, Apple, and Google. Protection and Security by Leandro Diaz. Table of contents, here's a few of the topics I'm going to touch on today. Linux, we'll talk about user and group separation, and PAM authentication. Google, I'm going to talk about the two-step verification and their use of CAPTCHA. Apple, I'm going to refer to Apple Pay and how they incorporate security measures for us users to make good use of it. And Microsoft, I'll be talking about Microsoft Security Essentials and Windows Defender. And some people that are familiar with that might think they're the same thing, and they kind of are, but they're different. Linux user and group separation. User accounts are used to verify the identity of the person using a computer system. By checking the identity of a user through username and password credentials, the system is able to determine if the user is permitted to log into the system, and if so, which resources the user is allowed to access. Groups are logical constructs that can be used to group user accounts together for a particular purpose. For example, if a company has a group of system administrators, they can all be placed in the system administrator group with permission to access key resources of the OS. In addition, through group creation and assignment of privileges, access to restricted resources can be controlled for those who need them and denied to others. Access to an application or file is granted based on the permission settings for the file. This helps to ensure the integrity of sensitive information and key resources against accidental or purposeful damage by users. After a normal user account is created, the user can log into the system and access any applications or files they are permitted to access. Linux determines whether or not a user or group can access these resources based on the permissions assigned to them. Here I have a table of the permission characters and the permission categories. There are 3 permissions for files, directories, and applications. Table 1 lists the symbols used to indicate each of them. Each of the 3 permissions is assigned to 3 different categories of users. Categories are listed in the table below. R indicates that the given category of user can read the file. W can write the file. X can execute the file. And just a dash is the 4th symbol, indicates that no access is permitted. And different categories: owner, the owner of the file application; group, the group that owns the file application; and everyone, all users with access to the system. PAM authentication, short for pluggable authentication modules. PAM was invented by Sun Microsystems. Linux PAM provides a flexible mechanism for authenticating users. It consists of a set of libraries that handle the authentication tasks of applications on the system. The library provides a stable general interface to which privilege-granting programs such as login, defer to perform standard authentication tasks. Historically, authentication of Linux users relied on the input of a password, which was checked with the one stored in the password file. Each program had to be rewritten. PAM is more flexible user authentication mechanism. Programs supporting PAM must dynamically link themselves to the modules in charge of the authentication. The administrator is in charge of the configuration and the attachment order of modules. Microsoft, here you see Microsoft Essentials, Windows Defender. Kind of almost look like similar shapes, like Essentials is based off a few walls of Windows Defender. Microsoft Security Essentials is a free antivirus program for your personal computer and provides real-time protection against viruses, spyware, and other malicious software. The program runs in the background while you're using your PC and checks daily for any updates from the internet. It performs scheduled scans of your computer for any malware, automatically blocking most threats. Basically, if your Microsoft Security Essentials icon is displayed as green in the notification area at the far right of the taskbar, your computer is in good condition. If the program detects a problem or threat, it displays a message with the detected item, the alert level, and the recommended action, so you can decide how to proceed. You can also use Microsoft Security Essentials to perform a manual scan of a file, a folder, or your entire PC at any point. Windows Defender is a malware protection that is included and built into Windows 8. This software helps identify and remove viruses, spyware, and other malicious software. Windows Defender runs in the background and notifies you when you need to take a specific action. However, you can use it anytime to scan for malware if your computer isn't working properly, or if you've clicked a suspicious link in online or in an email message. Something I left out was that Windows Defender is now currently available for Windows 8, and it's the predominant system that's being used. But for Windows 7 and earlier, Windows Defender was used, and it could be used alongside of Microsoft Security Essentials. But originally, from Windows 7 and earlier, Windows Defender only provided services for spyware and did not remove viruses or do virus scans. Windows Defender versus Security Essentials. Here's what I was just talking about. Windows Defender only protected against spyware, and on Windows 7 and below, Microsoft Security Essentials could be downloaded to replace Windows Defender, since it could catch spyware and scan for viruses. Once installed, it would disable Windows Defender altogether. In Windows 8, Windows Defender was upgraded to be able to do virus scans. Also, it pretty much is the same scanner uses the same scanner as the one that Microsoft Security Essentials uses, and that is the reason why Microsoft does not allow you to install Security Essentials on Windows 8. It also uses the same virus definitions, and the user interface is pretty much exactly the same. One replaced the other, but they are essentially the same after Windows Defender has been upgraded. Apple Pay. Apple Pay, adding credit cards. Some of the security features when you add the credit card. When you add a credit or debit card to Apple Pay, the information that you enter on the device by typing or using the iSight camera is encrypted and sent to Apple and sent to the Apple servers. If you use the camera to enter the card information, the information is never saved to the device or stored to the photo library. Apple decrypts the data, determines your card's payment network, and re-encrypts the data with a key that only your payment network can unlock. Then it sends the encrypted data along with other information about your iTunes account activity and device to your bank. Using this information, your bank will determine whether to approve adding your card to Apple Pay. Once your card is approved, the payment network or your bank creates a device-specific device account number, encrypts it, and sends it along with other data to Apple. Apple can't decrypt it, but it will add it to the secure element within your device. The secure element is an industry standard certified chip designed to store your payment information safely. The device account number in the secure element is unique to your device and to each card added. It's isolated from iOS, never stored on the Apple Pay servers, and never backed up to iCloud, because this number is unique and different from the usual credit and debit card numbers. Your bank can prevent its use on a magnetic stripe card, over the phone, or on websites. Apple Pay, once the card is approved, the payment network or your bank creates a device-specific account number, encrypts it, sends it along with other data. Apple can't decrypt it. Secure element to device account number. Alright, I guess that part was copied. Apple doesn't store or have access to the card numbers you add to Apple Pay. Apple Pay only stores a portion of your actual card number and a portion of your device's account numbers, along with a card description to help manage your cards. Alright, Google. Two-step verification. An extra layer of security. Most people only have one layer of their password to protect their account. With two-step verification, if a bad guy hacks your password layer, he still needs your phone or security key to get into your account. With two-step verification, you'll protect your account with something you know, your password, and something you have, your phone or security key. Verification codes made just for you. Codes are uniquely crafted for your account when you need them. If you choose to use verification codes, they will be sent to your phone via text, voice call, or mobile app. Each code can only be used once. CAPTCHA, which stands for Completely Automated Public Turing Test to Tell Computers and Humans Apart, is a type of security measure known as a challenge response authentication. CAPTCHA helps protect you from spam and password decryption by asking you to complete a simple test that proves you are human and not a computer trying to break into a password-protected account. A CAPTCHA test is made up of two simple parts: a randomly generated sequence of letters and/or numbers that appear as a distorted image and a text box. To pass the test and prove your human identity, simply type the characters you see in the image into the text box. CAPTCHA works because computers can create a distorted image and process a response, but they can't read or solve the problem the way a human must to pass the test. Many web services use CAPTCHA to help prevent unauthorized account entry. You may also see CAPTCHA on other sites that provide access to sensitive information such as bank or credit card accounts. These are my sources, and that is it for my presentation. Thank you very much. Any questions? All right, thank you.